I wanted to show this ground blind that I got off of Amazon. It's made out of a see-through mesh fabric, and when you're on the outside of it, it's really difficult to see on the inside of it. But when you're on the inside, it's pretty easy to see outside. Here you can see the blue chair that I have in there just to show a contrasting item inside the ground blind. Here it's early morning with the sun directly on it. You can see even with the sunlight directly on it, it's difficult to see inside the blind, virtually impossible. Here it is in the late evening, which obviously it would be more darker on the inside and harder to see into, just to get an idea what it looks like. Okay, here sitting inside the ground blind, the mesh is very effective. You can see out of it amazingly well for it to be mesh. I was surprised at exactly how well you could see out of it. It feels very durable, strong, it's well constructed. It's got this rigid fiberglass frame that connects in the center with these hubs here, and it's like that on all four sides and on the top. But all the fabric and all the connections, they seem really durable and like they would last for a good while. The top of it is solid, so if it's going to rain, it's not going to get on you. It's got a good heavy quality zipper that's actually really quiet. The windows, they ride on these hard, rigid tracks, and you can slide them up or slide them down and adjust them to exactly where you want them to go. And at the very top, there's some hooks that you could use to hook your windows so they would permanently stay closed. You don't have to use those hooks. You can stop them in any position you want to, but there's the hook right there. This is what they look like when both hooks are up and the window's completely in place. Here's a side-by-side comparison of what you would see seen out the window with it up or down. Here's an outside picture with the window partially open. During setup, the instructions say to grab these little tabs off these hooks and give them a pull outwards, which connect to these hubs. When I was setting it up, I found it a little difficult to do that. As you'll see here, once I start getting into it and getting the pieces oriented and getting it where it's ready to come up. Now when I first pulled the top like that, it worked, popping it outward. But then as I tried to grab some of the sides and pull those, it was hard to get enough force to pull them so they would pop outward. And what I found worked more effectively was to kind of lay it on its side and start working from inside out. And if I had the door zipped up there, that piece wouldn't have flopped up there on me. You can see how I push on this top hub, then I push on the side hub. Now I'm going to step on that bottom hub and stand the blind up. And then I'm actually going to grab that outer strap and pull it out, which it worked that time, but it still is better to work from the inside out, in my opinion. Here we go, taking it down. You just pop those center hubs all back into the center. You got four sides and you got the top. This is the first time I literally took it down as well. Wasn't too bad doing this. Once you start to get it down, for the first couple times trying to get the pieces where they'll all just flop back up into a little package, takes a little bit of work, not too bad. You can see here it didn't take me but a couple of seconds to kind of start gathering all the pieces up. I sped this part up a little bit as I was not exactly struggling, but for the first time putting it back in the bag, it wasn't exactly easy. It really only took me 52 seconds like it says here to get it back in the bag. After I did it a few more times, it got a little bit easier. So there we go. It's all in the bag now. I'm going to throw it on my back and show you how it looks. And it weighs about 13.5 pounds, and it's about 44 inches long. All right. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.